Hello, everybody, and welcome back to some more RimWorld. Alrighty, so we return in the midst of a little bit of a panic. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, Shadow, what's going wrong? Nothing. But there's been a little bit of a mood crisis because I have been trying to both A, put a vent in this room because I just think that it's a good idea, especially if the zzzt event happens and, like, a fire starts in here. We want that to air out so that people aren't going to burn to death. Because I was told, apparently that's a thing. If stuff gets far too hot, people will literally light fire from the air, so that's just wonderful. Another thing that I was told, I don't know why there's no music playing, but it'll kick in. Oh, there it is. That's, see? I just said it was about to kick in shortly. I was told, apparently we are playing the game on what is effectively hard mode, so that's great, you know? Real happy about that. I guess that's the Shadow way. Unknowingly choosing the hardest difficulty. And it is what it is, I guess. I was debating doing one more restart just because I wanted to sort of dip my toes into the ideology stuff. Truthfully, though, I tried to look into it on a separate save. Bro, I don't know what I'm doing with ideology, and I don't even know what I want to do. So, it looks like we're going to be waiting on that for just a little bit. Ah. Well, that's depressing. Add that to number 4, who's officially died. Well. Oh, I see, extreme temperature. Yeah, so good news. A cold snap? Absolutely terrible idea. I should not have done that. Oh, Sally has had her first break. Tantrum. Let's see, so what is tantrum? I'm trying to see what it does if you're tantruming. I guess she's just gonna go around and, like, smash stuff? Yes, that's exactly what she's doing. Well, Sally's no longer having a tantrum. That's good, I suppose. Okay, I thought that meteor hit, like, our base. I thought that's why everything was going off. Wow. Yeah, this cold snap event has been absolutely catastrophic. I guess that's what I get for taking it. So what I'm thinking, right, if we were to start a new save right now, I know a lot of you guys were enjoying, you're no longer gonna enjoy the series after what I'm about to say. I know a lot of you guys are enjoying just kind of me learning, so I don't think that you guys would be too upset if I were to say we should probably restart again. Because, for one, learning that I'm on hard mode honestly put a lot of things into perspective for me. But also, it would also mean that when I do a single choice, it doesn't end quite as catastrophically. And yeah, we could reload a save, but I'm trying to avoid doing that as much as possible. Except when Sally dies, I guess, considering that's the only time I've actually done it. So, yeah. Tell you what, I'm gonna mess around a little longer. We're gonna see how stuff goes, and then I might decide just to do a new save. And if I do, I'm just gonna cut to when we're fully caught up, because this has been a big save so far. Good lord! Why is there so many dudes? Alright, I know you guys are gonna judge me, but I decided to try and mess around with an ideology. So here's what we got. Again, this is gonna be far from perfect, but it's what I have set up, so we'll see. Maybe you guys will think it's epic. I don't know. But pretty much, we are the Kingdom of High Waifus. Debatably, it should be High Kingdom of Waifus because, look, if you've been around for any amount of time, then you already know that this channel has a long history of waifu mods. You want to know the funniest part? Okay, well, you know what? I was gonna say originally my channel didn't have to do with waifus, but no, it always kind of did. However, half of the reason is you guys. Look, I fully accept that I was gonna use waifu mods anyway, but you guys requesting them in Darkest Dungeon way back in the day is why there's such a big deal now. Either way, we have individualist, because each person is a free individual. We love different ideals. However, while you are free to think and do and say whatever you please, do know that if Sally were to fully command you to do something, you are expected to do it. After all, she is an angel walking among us. We then have progressive, because I intend to have a ton of mechanoids, so I kind of figured that this would be really good. And mechanoid supremacy, because, well, see above. I figure more mechanoids, good. I don't know if it's actually going to be like the best thing in the world, but I mean, we're going to try it. Now, as far as our precepts and stuff, honestly, I don't really know what to do for this, so here's what I've sort of put together. Leader divinity, yeah, mechanoids are exalted. Now, mechanoid destroyed, I don't know if that's just gonna be like any mechanoid, or if it's just enemy ones. I would imagine it's just if we do it. Stealing organs from other people, I have as just abhorrent. It's something we're not going to do, but we might mess around with cybernetics instead. Insect meat, honestly, doesn't really matter. Power, exalted seems good. Diversity of thought seems pretty good. Automation efficiency is a little bit higher, but our crafting speed is a little bit lower. We don't like execution if it's against someone innocent. Slavery is no good. Research is a little bit faster. Honestly, we probably could even just like turn it up, but I think 125% should be fine. Slavery's no good. Cannibalism, we'll never do it. Eating aliens, same deal. We're not going to do that. Now, I'm pretty sure we could still eat, like, animals and stuff? I don't know that. Blindness, we're never gonna blind ourselves. Child labor, that's just disapproved. Corpses, they're ugly. We don't like them. Dead people is no good. Fungus, honestly, I'm gonna say no. We could do don't care, but IRL, I don't like mushrooms, so yeah. Alien races are just fine. Physical love is only if you have a spouse. Nobody likes nutrient paste, I couldn't change that. Scarification is horrible. Oh, why would you ever do that? Skull spike, it's disapproved, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Death just happens. Dumb labor has gotta happen. Illness, it's gonna happen. Insect jelly, who knows? It could be good. Maybe it tastes just like honey. Mood, I just figured I wouldn't change that. Recreation, same deal. Tattered apparel. Wearing a dead person's apparel is quite disgusting. Meh, don't care. Let's see. We'll also do... We don't care about tattered apparel because honestly I think that'll hurt us more than it'll help us in the later stages of the game. Or actually the early stages. Violence is going to happen. No restrictions for clothing. We can only have one spouse each. And And let me see. As far as our roles and everything, I assume that these aren't good, but basically we have what Sally is going to be, which is the queen. The moral guide, I don't really know what that does, but it's fine. Because the mechs are all waifus, I figured waifu envoy was funny for the mech hacker. And then for rituals, we have funeral, we have a party, and the party gives us a chance to discover an ancient complex every time we do it. And then for buildings, we have a pew, sovereign mark, and then apparently Sally's statue, although not really. Now, appearance. I don't know if we should change any of this. For the moment, it's just all set to normal. So I guess we'll just leave it as is. Maybe we can change all of this later if we absolutely have to, but actually, we should, I'm gonna change that name. So we'll say the High Kingdom. There we go. Do that, save, overwrite. There it is. So, I don't know how good this is going to be, truthfully, but we might even be able to rush mechanoids a little bit more this time, since I know more what I'm doing, and we effectively turned the difficulty down just a bit. This should be a lot easier. Sally's totally legit log, with a voice changer that makes her sound exactly like Shadow. Entry 1. So far, our move, is what we'll call it, has gone extremely well. Not only did we manage to move our settlement, that's what we'll call it as well, but crops of various kinds have been made and are currently being upheld. It mostly is cotton and potatoes, but still. We also tried to plant some rice, unfortunately. Very quickly learned that potatoes would do us better, so we are currently harvesting the rice and going to replace them with potatoes as soon as possible. As for everything else, we have brought along 2 of our solar panels, and not only did we get a battery to come along with us, a few pipes, but we also have a very rudimentary fridge. It's not pretty, but it works. We also have a very small housing setup, which, considering it's quite early on in this settlement's particular age, is good enough. We also have set up an ideology. Wait a minute. Ideology. So, like I mentioned, we are going to try it this go around. Individual Scott Emperor Progressive Mechanoid Supremacy. I already told you that, but still. So, Sally is obviously the queen, because, I mean, come on. You all saw that coming. Crimson is a sycophant, because I didn't really think that she would make sense as a scientific artificer. So, you know, it's funny. Crimson comes up to you. Join us. Or die. Okay. We also have a cult of... okay. Now, I know that sounds bad, but it's a cult of personality. So apparently if we build stuff that revolves around that type of architecture, people get happy, I guess. We're not doing good on food, believe it or not. It's just one of those things that never ends. Food is always a problem. However, there is quite a few things that we can hunt. And this is our current settlement. We're not too far in, honestly. Only a couple in-game days have gone by, so really not missing much. As far as research, I have been focusing it down hard. As you can see, we have smithing, we have air conditioning, solar panels, batteries, and machining. Pretty good. Now, back to Sally's log. We are trying to get another set of the little mechanoid friends. And Sissy says that she has a plan to make it as easy as possible. So, I sent I sent Sissy and Crimson over to see how it would go. Well, the idea was there. Is this not a mechanoid? Dang it. Fine. Frickin', we'll do it the old-fashioned way. So, my thinking was, right, that Sissy could just blow it up and then baba boy, we're good to go. Apparently that's not the case, so we will just blow up the mechanoid that shows up once we install the mechanator thing. And then we're going to have a really, really early set of little helpers. We currently don't have anyone else. And there was one person that I tried to have join us. Unfortunately, they starved to death. So that didn't quite work out for us. But so far so good. Very, very early on in the colony. That's also kind of why I built stuff with steel and wood, honestly, because I just wanted us to get infrastructure up and going. We do have a wooden stone cutter table. That way we can get some actual walls up and going somewhat early. We have a fueled stove, which isn't currently fueled, but we'll ignore that, to cook up all the potatoes and rice that we get. We did get our first attack from Moinup, but absolutely got destroyed, so we don't have to worry about them. Another thing is, this go-around, we will be adding some viewer names, and I already have a few viewers who have tossed their hat in the ring. So, once we get to the point where we can actually recruit people, you're gonna have to forgive me for this, right? But I'm pretty sure we're just gonna cheat in characters. Now, I'm not gonna go crazy, I'm not gonna make people absolutely OP, but I will make characters look how you want them to look. For example, if you're like, I want them to have blue hair with pink eyes, and I want them to have the tough trait, then obviously, rather than just hoping that we find someone like that, we're just going to set that up. And I think that's fair. I don't think that's really cheating too terribly much, especially because it gets your guys' characters in here somewhat early. But yeah, so far so good. Setting up the new colony has gone well. As you can see, this is quite a mountainous place as well. So what I'm kind of thinking, right, this is a current plan. We cut off this area right here, and everything above, we're just going to try and strip mine. That way we can potentially find some compressed, compacted machinery, some plasticine, steel, and just get ourselves up and going. We are moving extraordinarily fast in this save, and we are playing on a slightly easier difficulty, so we're just gonna hope for the best. So, see you in a bit. Sally's Log, Entry 2. You'll have to excuse my voice, it's because I ate some bad rice, and definitely not because Shadow just woke up like 30 minutes ago. Definitely not. We got some new people in our camp. One of them is an injured Moyo that we saved, named Wrath. Quite an interesting person. Seems nice so far. Have to get to know them. We've also had someone else join our colony. Where are you? Where are you at? Aha! Named Cypher. He seems to be some kind of minotaur of sorts. Seems nice, though a little scary. I'm sure we'll get used to each other just fine. Now then, as for what we've got, like I said, we have Mr. Wrath, who is a Moyo, because that's that's who I rescued, and that's who got renamed. And we also have I'm gonna say this wrong. I apologize. Damelis Cypher Ruby. This is one of those custom characters that I was talking about. So, yeah. that's a pretty good example, I think, of one of the custom characters. There will probably be a couple more in the moments to come, and eventually, once we're actually able to house enough people, there are a couple more characters in the waiting list, and then I'm pretty sure now that you guys know that you can have a custom character, you might be giving some requests. And because we blew up the Mechanator pod thingy because of the extremely seemingly overpowered ability to just make it self-destruct, we have a couple new handy dandy people to help us out, such as Agribel, who has come back to help us out. We also have, I forget the name of this one, but I will rename her soon, a construct droid. And then we are also making Carrie, which is a lifter, and then we're going to be making a clean sweeper, and ideally, right, that should help us as far as like all of our generic basic tasks, because right now everyone is pretty low skill level, and we also have only been working with 3 people for a majority of this time, so, you know, it's been a little bit on the slow side. But as for what we have that is new, our cotton farm is going well. All of our potatoes are ready to be picked up. This person is wild, and unfortunately I'm unable to tame them. And then I have a little bit of a housing section coming over here. So up here is going to be some rooms. It's going to be a hallway with a cooler and a heater that'll kind of make the entire place nice and comfortable to live in. We got a couple vents, a few doors, and then we'll work on the flooring later. This is going to be the recreation room. I kind of like the idea of multiple tables to sit and eat at. We have a bonsai plant because, you know, we're not able to make statues just yet. We have a chess table for a bit of recreation. And then this right here is going to be our kitchen. This is where we are going to cook all of our food. And then this right here is going to be an itty-bitty cold room where we keep all of our raw food like potatoes, meat, stuff like that. And ideally, if we keep everything right here and then we're able to cook it right here, that is going to be peak efficiency. You've never seen anything more efficient than that, except for most other people's builds. And then over here, I know it's outside, so it's not as effective. You're going to have to forgive me, though, because I really wanted to get our mechanoids up and going, because we desperately needed the extra help. But mech gestator, the subcore encoder, and then 2 chargy bits, all connected right to these 2 solar generators. And because we do have 1 battery up and going, so far our energy production has not needed to be too terribly high, but we are going to need an upgrade here soon. So what I'm thinking of doing after we've done our packaged survival meals, I am going to start researching on geothermal power, and then we are just going to link it up to this right here. It'll link directly down, and that should be relatively good. Something else I was told is apparently if we have people meditate next to an anima tree, that is how we have a chance to unlock some extra psychic powers. So debatably, we are going to do that with Sissy and Wrath and see how that goes. I also have quite a few things being deconstructed around the map, quite a few ship chunks that we just haven't gotten to yet. These ancient fences, because we don't need them. And then over in our body pit, I'm just kind of blocking it off and putting a door. That way people don't get disgusted every time they walk by, because part of our ideology is that we don't like corpses, which maybe was a mistake. Also, apparently Sally had a son that died, although you got me on how, who, and why. So I don't know what the deal is there. I was also thinking of doing something really not smart, but I think it's our best option for the moment. I was going to store all of our toxic packs on shelves right here. Again, I know that's not smart, but we don't exactly have a cooler to put over way out in the middle of nowhere. So unfortunately, it seems like that's the only way that we're going to be able to deal with toxic packs. I am also going to put a different storage unit and stuff. We're going to make it work. We're going to figure it out. But for the moment, we're just making do with what we got. But yeah. So that's the plans for the moment. Everyone is just kind of doing their own thing. And eventually, we're going to be able to move in right here. We're going to have a heater going, cooler going, cooking area, and then you can just immediately come over here and eat at a table. In a perfect world, at least. I also really hope that none of this falls through. Apparently this is all a roofed area. I'm just kind of hoping that it's stable enough. I guess we'll see. Well, to be fair, the wooden column does kind of reach over there, so maybe it'll be okay. Maybe we don't have to build another column. We'll see. We'll see. And at the moment, we don't have enough beds for everyone, which is another reason that I really, really, really want to get expanded, because the sooner that we can deal with our housing situation, the sooner everyone is going to be in a much better mood. Also, we had a cargo pod that landed literally in the middle of our base, which just has a bunch of rice and a bunch of steel slag chunks, so I'm not complaining. Oh, and as far as our scheduling, it's a little bit of a weird one this go round. So, everyone has a pretty normal schedule, except for Wrath. And the reason for that is Wrath has Quick Sleeper. So Wrath sleeps at basically double speed, which means that we don't have to schedule quite as much sleep because Wrath is just going to be up and awake. So what I decided to do is Wrath is going to work 2 extra hours in the day, but because of that, you also get another break. I figure that's fair, and then everyone just has some unrestricted time towards the end of the day to do what you're going to do. But yeah, Wrath is really, really good at cooking, so I figured that would be pretty good, and this is our work priorities. Feel free to give this a little bit of a gander. I think they're okay. I don't think that they're perfect, but I think that they will do for the moment. Especially because we're going to have some mechanoids that are helping us out as well. But, we finally have some actual food income, and Wrath is just going to be such an important part, because Wrath is the only one who is a really good cook. So, quite happy with that. Wrath, you are a very, very welcome member here. And Cypher also wanted to eventually have some mechanoid stuff. So what I'm thinking, right? Sally has kind of been the mechanator already. As you can tell, obviously with Agribel. So what I'm thinking of doing, because Cypher is basically going to be the big boss defender of the group to an extent, I think Cypher is going to have aggressive mechanoids, and Sally is going to have helpful mechanoids. And to me, that just makes a lot of sense. I think we'll start off Cypher with 2 of the... what are they called? The Militars? So 2 Militars for Cypher, and then as we get further down the mech tree, maybe we'll be able to have some other stuff for Cypher, and that should be pretty good. But yeah, that's the plan for the moment. So, end of Sally's log number 2. See you in a bit. Sally's log number 3. It's freaking cold. Okay, so, yeah, as you're seeing, it's cold on this map. So, yeah, we gotta invest in heaters. Like, now. Also, because it's so goddamn cold, all of my crops are dead. Amazing. So that sucks. There goes all of our food production, which was doing pretty good up until it just suddenly died. So that's a problem. Apparently, I should have gotten a greenhouse up and going much sooner. A couple things have progressed, though. We are just about back to where we were in the previous world. So, like I said, we'd catch up. So, I'm going around the map, mining out some more steel, because we always need more steel. It's just a never-ending journey at this point. Down here, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically separate these two sections. The upper section is going to be for food that is cooked and ready to go. And the section down below is just going to be for all of our storage stuff, all of our food that's been relatively cooked into something good. And then I think we are going to expand a little bit further. As far as storage, we have very quickly learned that we don't need the absolutely ridiculous amount of space that I had last time. But we do still need a little bit of extra space. So what I'm thinking of doing is I am going to do structure. Let's do some slate walls, maybe... let's do it like this. Let's try and keep as much of our cooling as possible. Also, I don't know why this decided not to expand. Because the pillar is in the way. Oh... That is a problem, isn't it? Alright, well, looks like we're going to have to adjust. Okay, hang on. Let's do that. Let's build a copy. And then we'll deconstruct this. And then we can link these bad boys back up. And I think that's what we'll do. I do also want a relatively heavy door, so... Let's do a limestone door right here. Let's deconstruct that, have everyone do their thing. We do need multiple other heaters, and what I'm doing is I'm making this kind of our medical area. By the way, sorry if you hear my fan. It's hot, again. This is going to be our medical area. 4 beds. I don't think we're going to need more than that. And because the rooms are so small, we should be able to do some sanitary blocks, and that should be a-okay. But yeah, you guys definitely see what I'm going for, and I do think that we're technically doing really, really good, but we still got a little ways to go. So what I'm gonna do, because I want to separate these two stockpile zones now, so let's do... Yeah. Let's do all of this will be... Let's do food... Let's clear all. Let's do meals. Baby. Ba, 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 ba. Okay. So this upper section will just be all of our food. We don't need anything other than that up at the top. That's going to be what's cooled down. It's going to be all of our food stuff. Then, down below is going to be our actual storage area. And ideally, if we're able to expand it a little bit without everything, you know, completely falling apart, we should be relatively good to go. I think I am also going to build another wooden shelf right here. Okay, space is maximized up at the top. I don't think we're going to need much more than that. We're going to move this pillar. We're going to make all of this just for blocks and stuff. So, for example, let's do... actually, I want to wait until they move this. Ciphers on it. Okay. Okay, good stuff. Good enough. So, zone, we're going to make this a stockpile zone and just go ba-ba boy. Then, we are going to say foods. No. Everything else, we are just going to say yes to. Okay, that seems okay. Raw resources, that depends. Yeah, that should be okay. Chunks, we don't want that. Plants, we don't want that. Corpses, we don't want that. Okay, that should be good. And because of where our pipes are, we should be able to have some... Do we need lights in here? Honestly, I don't really think we do. Yeah, I don't think we really need lights in here. People might complain that it's a little dark, though. We'll see. We'll see. At the moment, though, geothermal power is almost researched. Everyone is having a little bit of trouble just because of how cold it is. Actually, I'm curious. Is this producing any heat because it's expelling? No, actually. Okay, so that's good to know, though. We do need to put another vent down, ideally just like right here, so let's mine that out, and then we'll smooth that out, just so I don't forget where I want to put some stuff. It is still very, very cold, but we're working on it. And this heater is just going to be doing the heavy lifting. Debatably, something that we should do... Yeah, all of our plants are dying. So we're going to have to do some pure hunting here in a minute. Luckily, we do have a good stockpile of food, so that's something that it isn't going to be an immediate problem, but it is a problem, and it needs to be dealt with somewhat fast. I am going to put a granite door right here. A slate door, sorry. We're going to put that right there. And this should be good. This actually seems like a pretty good little space for us to put down so that we don't really have to worry about too much leaking into the other. I'm not going to bother putting a vent in here because that would kind of defeat the purpose. Maybe at some point we'll put an extra wall on the outside just to really help with insulation. But other than that, it seems like our storage area is basically good to go. We just have to expand it. Our storage area up here for all of the raw foods still needs to be built, but it is on the way. Actually, you know what? I'm going to remove this because I don't know if that's going to block the cooler, so it's probably for the best that we just have that out of the way. And then we can expand our bedroom area, and hopefully that helps even more. Yeah, I was not ready to deal with snow. Out of all the things I thought I prepped for, snow is not one of them. We do also need to get some more power over to our medical area, so something I'm thinking of doing is maybe just putting a solar generator over here, and then just directly linking it. That could be a play, and then later on we could link this solar generator over to the other ones and just have a huge rig going of sorts. Let's see, we could also have a battery, and I think that's what we'll do. I think we're just going to have multiple batteries here and there, so this will link up directly to it. Then we could just build that, just in case it doesn't connect for some reason. And then we can connect from right here down to here, and then that will lead to a heater right there. Oh yeah, look at that. We're planning ahead. Now, issue. We do still need a bunch of vents. That way we're actually able to heat up this location. Debatably, I'll put a vent right here just so we're able to heat up the research area as well. And yeah, we should be good. I think we're in a good enough spot to where we can recover from the immense cold that has suddenly befallen us. So, not the end of the world, just a minor setback and nothing more. Luckily, our mechanoids are doing the absolute heavy lifting right now because they are working 24/7. Crimson is ready to convert. We're going to use that on Wrath because, unfortunately, Wrath is part of a different ideology, being neo-industrialism. So we're going to have to deal with that at some point. Crimson is definitely not going to stay our preacher. But you know what? She's okay with doing it for now by scaring people half to death.
Sally's log. Day number 3. So, winter. Very cold. As it turns out, more heaters were needed. It has been extraordinarily cold. Luckily, there's quite a bit of elk and deer in the area, so that has been more or less feeding us since all of our crops have completely been destroyed. Also, we have built a green room. I had to basically focus fire this green room down because holy, we were doing awful on food ever since our crop died, and we were just running on limited supply. So, here's what we got. Wrath is enjoying the snow. So, we got geothermal power up and going, and then I connected some wires all the way down here, so this room is fully powered. We also have a heater because it was cold in there. We have a bit of a double door thing going on here, just so not too much gets out, and then I'm going to do another double door thing over here. We're going to make a second area for food, but I'm not worried about this right now. I want to get this one up and going. We also have a surplus of steel for the moment. So what I'm doing is over in our medical places, I am putting some... Hang on, I need to remember... some steel tile, because they get a bonus for medical settings. So, seemed like a good idea, especially because we have so much steel currently going. I also did build a machining table, only to very quickly realize that it needed power to run, so we're moving it over here, and that should be good to go. As far as our rooms go, everyone is moved in. Everybody has a room, and we are good to go. Right now, these heaters are basically working overdrive because it is freaking cold. And what I also plan to do is I'm going to mine this, and then we're going to put another pillar right there, and then boom, all of our housing is completely safe and secure, mostly. I was planning to expand our housing up here and potentially make, like, another rec room or something, or some kind of, like, child learning area. We'll see. Because we could sort of expand, this way, up this way, maybe build, like, a few walls right here just to block that off. And then that should honestly be really, really good. We can have a bunch of rooms right over here, maybe another exit over here, although I might keep it closed off. And once we expand far enough over here, I was going to put another cooler. That way we have 2 coolers on either side of this hallway. That way there's just optimal cooling for when summer eventually hits. Same deal with the double heater. I thought it was just a good idea because look how nice and toasty it is. Although, surprisingly enough, it is still quite cold. It's almost like it's the dead of winter, which it is. I was not expecting winter to hit as freaking fast and hard as it did, so boy am I glad that I've learned a lot, or I would not have moved fast enough to be able to deal with this. That being said, we're barely dealing with this, and it's going to turn into a bad situation. Wood production is non-existent. We literally are not generating any wood at all, which is a colossal problem. So we have had to move exclusively to electrical power because no wood equals no wood. Very bad. I am deconstructing all of these random things just kind of out and about. So that is giving us quite a few extra supplies. At some point we could go break apart that War Walker thing. We've got compacted plasteel over here that we could potentially make use out of, and there's just so much steel on this map, it's crazy. And then as far as our components, we have 15, which I know isn't a lot, but it's not bad, especially considering how much we've been completely blowing through just to get everything up and going. I'm actually quite happy with the fact that we have 15 left. Who would have guessed, when you haven't built, like, 9 solar panels, you have a lot more to work with. I am wondering what we want to do for the flooring and stuff. Eventually, I would like to have carpet, but we'll just see how that goes. I'm thinking just, like, a nice, clean carpet in all of the rooms, maybe some carpet on this side of the rec room, and then the rest will be something else. And I was also told a couple things, which I have written down, so let me go ahead and read those to you now. So, on my little notebook here, multiple researchers stack research speed. Very good to note. We're going to have to make use of that at some point. Maybe not right now, but still. Using a 1-1 doorway obviously helps a lot more with temperature, creates a bit of a airlock,
Stone cutting, just gotta keep up on that, honestly. Stone cutting is just one of those things that it seems like is a necessity, is what I have been told. Marble and stone walls contribute to mood. So, eventually, if we're able to make complete stone and marble walls throughout our base, ideally, our mood should be a lot better overall. If we sort of separate how many items are in each place that a cooler is in, they technically will generate, or will demand, less power. So that's honestly kind of why I did this, where I split up these two areas. That way this cooler doesn't have to work quite as overdrive as it has been. Now that being said, both of these are still extremely cold, but that's more to do with outside than with the cooler. Honestly, I wonder if we even need to have this cooler powered at the moment, but still. Let's see. Keeping perishables and non-perishables in two different areas. That way non-perishables, obviously they're not going to expire, so we don't really need to worry about keeping them cold, just for a bit more space. And perishables, that way, you know, we're able to keep that cold and last a lot longer. Then, fertile soil works best with rice. Now, call me dumb, but I am still new. I didn't know... Oh, wait, hang on. I didn't know that this isn't fertile soil. Just because it's green does not mean it's fertile. This is fertile soil. I didn't know that. So that's why our rice production sucked so bad in the previous couple worlds, is because I did not know that there was a difference between light green and dark green. Now I do, so now we're making use out of it. Now most of the fertile soil is completely out of our reach, so that sucks, but we do have a rice zone over here. It's too cold to make use out of it, but it's still there. And then we have only rice in the hydroponics basins because that is technically fertile soil. So as you can see, growth rate 280%. That's gonna keep us alive. But yeah, so overall, that is basically the TLDR. We're almost completely caught up. Honestly, as soon as the hydroponics bay is completely good to go and set up, we're basically right back where we used to be, especially with this geothermal generator generating us power. We don't have as many batteries as I would like, but honestly, we just can't really afford them at the moment. There's bigger and better stuff that we need to worry about. And I am also getting rid of our torches to replace it with more electrical stuff because we just can't afford the torch income right now because we're not getting wood. Also, there is someone who was visiting who was a brother to Sissy. Brother. And we also discovered that there is a complex nearby that contains the remains of a long-dead mechanator. But beware. Your activity at the complex might draw unwanted attention. So it is really, really nearby, but we just don't have the food to go deal with it right now. I do want to go deal with it, and I'm going to be sending Crimson, Sally, and Cypher over to go deal with it. They are effectively our fighters, so when the time comes, they will be doing their thing. By the way, I don't know why I'm stalking Wrath at the moment, but I just kind of want to see what you're up to. You're coming up here just to clean. You don't understand. It is filthy up there, okay? But yeah. All things considered, with how fast we were moving and how well we set everything up, I am really, really, really proud of this redo. Not only do we now have viewer characters who are going to be joining us, but honestly, this just seems significantly more optimized than our previous one. mainly because the previous one was like a huge learning experience, but still. I do need to move the gestator and stuff inside at some point, but for now, it's not hurting, especially because we're not building any new mechanoids yet, up until Cypher has the ability to have some of the militars. So yeah. Oh. O'Connor's Arctic Foxes. He says a pack of 3 man-hunting Arctic foxes. He begs for safety. Oh no! Alright, O'Connor. I'm gonna let you join. And then you know what's gonna happen to you? You're gonna become a viewer! Oh, you're a Moyo. Dude, we're getting so many Moyos? What the... That's actually crazy, the amount of Moyos that we're seeing already. Because there was this one, who died. There was Wrath. And now there's O'Connor, who... You know what? I think I know what viewer name you're gonna get. However, this particular character does have a huge slew of traits that they want. Oh, you know what? We need to get people going. Okay, draft up. Come this way. O'Connor... Oh, you have a... Wow, you have actually a really strong gun. All right, everyone, let's get going. Protect O'Connor so that we may change her to be someone completely genetically different. Wow, you guys are shooting already? Okay, let's have you take up arms right here. Crimson, you're going to come around the side. Wow. This defense pistol is ridiculous. What the... Wait a minute. What are your stats? Hang on. Too smart and beautiful. You're also part of the army. Holy crap, you're smart and artistic. Whoa, my goodness. That's because you're a bright child. And you're also a siren. Wow. Okay, Crimson, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Go for this one. Attack! Crimson has melee level 19. Ow, 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 ow! Friendly fire! Friendly fire! I kind of want to save it. Well, it's Madden, though. I don't think we can. Dang it. Having a fox would be so cool! Oh, oh well. I'm sorry, little one. We just cannot afford you right now. I'm sorry. Alright, everyone, go home. Do your thing. And O'Connor, you are going to be changed into a viewer momentarily. Oh boy, we really gotta get these other hydroponic things up and going because, good lord, we need the extra food. Cypher, what are you doing? Deconstructing stuff? No, 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 no. You are going to build this. Sally, you're gonna build this. Crimson, you're gonna deliver here. Go, do your thing. Run, 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 run. Okay, not too much progress has been made in between. Just kind of set some stuff up, built the pipes, or the, what are they called? The conduits. We are completely linked up as far as all of our production goes, except for this one, but we're just gonna ignore that. So, as far as that goes, we're looking pretty good. We're also building some sterile floors. That way our food has less chance of making us sick and killing us. At least ideally. But, yeah. So, basically, we're doing really, really solid. And Master Melee has joined us. Although, there is one thing, and I'm going to be 1,000% honest. I think Master Melee is a character I am really going to struggle with. Just being 100% with you. I think I'm going to struggle with Master Melee. So, nudist, ascetic, tough, and psychically deaf. Also incapable of social. But a killer and a banished soldier with 20 in melee. And a custom xenotype, which... I think I'm going to very much limit xenotypes because this is definitely outside of my comfort zone. I don't think I'm quite good enough for this. But basically, as you see here, quite a few things. But the TLDR is very good at melee and very good at fighting, but completely awful at everything else. And that's the TLDR. So, melee is coming to deal with some evil hairs that completely ran past. Really? Ugh. The Z event happened. Ugh. Melee, you are really struggling to catch these dudes? Okay, we're not going to do acid spray, at least not yet. Yeah, alright. Hairs have been dealt with. Let's move them into the fridge, because we need that food. Good job, Melee. Quest failed? Okay. Oh, I see. It's because she's a person of interest with the sea dragons now. Oh. Also, we got 8 sapphire meth. Awesome. Cypher is gonna love that. And that is because Cypher has, where is it? Chemical interest. He simply can't get enough of the stuff. But yeah, Master Melee is basically going to be the ultimate fighter. Cypher is going to be one step below him, and then I think Crimson is going to be one step below Cypher. And that's basically the hierarchy of fighters. And then everyone else, I think, is, for the most part, not going to fight. So, current mode, attack, attack, attack. Sally, you'll just ignore it. Sissy and Wrath, you both flee. Okay, great. You are capable. Wait. Master Melee is capable of social. Huh. Oh, you know what? Probably just not, like, trading and stuff. But as far as, like, conversation here and there, okay. Alright, I get it. I'm understanding. So, apparently we want a throne room. And that's for Master Melee, because I guess he's a ruler? I don't know. I truthfully don't know what the deal is for that. Sally is ready for a novice ceremony, though, so why not? Let's accept it. Xenogenetics has been completed, and we're going to start microelectronics. May as well get it going. Okay, ton of dudes are with us. So, how do we do this? Do we just talk to someone and then Baba Boy, that's it? Yes, I guess so. Alright, everyone. Come along. Watch as Sally gains extra power. Incredible, so much power is being bestowed upon Sally. You would think that she's some kind of ruler. Grandiose bestowing ceremony. Oh. You gained 1 honor. Oh, wow. Also, Sally is now a Psycaster. So, wait a minute. Does that mean we get both? Let me see. I'm gonna... Nope. Wow! Mech Link and Psylink. That's crazy. So even though Sally is incapable of doing damage, she just has so much stuff that it doesn't matter. She's literally done. Dante. I like that. I think that's very fitting. Apparently it is heating up outside because it's -30. -13, sorry. It used to be -20, so it is getting better. Maybe eventually we can make use of our outside farms, and hopefully it'll work out. But for the moment... God dang it! Why does this keep happening? Okay, I'm getting it. I'm understanding. Precipitation, huh? Basically, cover it up. Is that more or less what I'm understanding? Fine, that makes sense. I don't like it, but it does make sense, which means that we can fix it. But for the moment, what I really want to do is I want to... Is this not where we break stuff down? Alright, uninstall it for the moment. Okay, but wait, why did this one inside do this thing then? Where's my roofing? Here it is. I mean, we're roofed up. I don't know. It's confusing. I don't understand the zit thing. Let's go ahead and just put the machining table away for the moment, though. It's just using up power, and apparently we can't even use it for what I thought we could anyway. So we'll just have to fix that when the time comes. Also, all of our beds are made out of limestone. I know that's not everybody's favorite, but you know what? We're working with what we got. And right now, we've got a room for all 6 of our colonists. Timeless one. A teenager is approaching the colony. She has a strange air of confidence around her. She wants to talk. Okay, well, you're coming straight through my toxic waste place, so... You know, there is that. Sally, go talk to her. What do you want? We are still struggling with food despite my best attempts. It feels like nothing I do is good enough for food. Hi. Black is barely more than a child, but in her thoughtful eyes you sense an ancient wisdom. When she speaks, the words seem to come from an unnatural knowledge of endless time. She says that the stars brought her here to fulfill her destiny. She wants to stay with you and help you. She's a bringer of joy and serenity whose abilities go beyond mere charisma. She may be very useful, but you sense there's something she's not telling you. Okay. Well, I know who you're going to be. You are going to be Chalky. First, I want to see what you have. Great memory. Path of plague bringing. Oh, boy. Huh. Is that the thing you're not telling us? Health, you're cold. Okay. So... Joyous has the ability to make everyone feel better and inspire them to be the best versions of themselves. Aw. Childhood unknown. Alright, well, I'm going to change how Black looks, and then I think this is Chalky. Sally's log, entry, current. We have finally caught back up to the point where we were in the previous save. And we're doing pretty good, if I do say so myself. So, as far as steel, we are doing absolutely amazing. Very, very good. We also have 2 geothermal generators and 3 solar generators. So, as far as power goes, we've got power. Also, they're all linked up. So, we have a fully functional grid of power, as well as a couple of batteries. We have 2 over in our green rooms. They haven't been filled up yet because we literally just linked them together. We have a battery right here. Overall, we've got batteries. I don't think we need more than that, so I am capping our batteries right there for the moment. Issue, we are doing absolutely horrendously on food, but my green rooms have been completely maxed out and they're ready to go. Now we just have to worry about our freaking food growing on time before we all die. But let me go over who we have. First things first, you know her, you love her, Sally! Same as usual. Crimson, same as usual. I don't know why she's wearing this coat, but she is. Sissy, same as before as well, but with the ability to blow up mechanoids. Then we have Wrath, who is a gourmand, a fast walker, little bit abrasive, but you know, that's okay. And quick sleeper. We also have Cypher, who has all these traits right here. Gay, kind, careful shooter, cyclically dull, Herculean, because you never know when you need to throw a boulder, and a chemical interest. He's also a Minotaur, so a Minotaur. But yeah, overall, very good. He's going to be the, he's going to command a small army, effectively. Master Melee, with a completely unique build. Why are you wearing that again? Take them off. Master Melee. Nudist, as ascetic, tough and cyclically deaf, but absolutely amazing at melee, but with a bit of a bloodthirst. And finally, Bethany, who used to be Black, the person who just joined, with joyous brawler night owl, small and cyclically dull. But yeah, so that's our new squad. Overall, I think we're going to do really, really good. So I'm going to very quickly run you through what we've got in our base. Don't worry, we basically don't have wood, but it is getting warmer. Apparently it's April, May. So that's great. We do have a huge greenhouse just filled to the brim with rice over on the left. Just finished it, so stuff isn't really fully grown yet. Over on the right, we have another thing with just pure rice because we just need to pump out food as quickly as freaking possible because we're all about to starve. We just used up the last of our rations. Agribel over here is starting to get our potato farm going, which means it must not be as cold as it once was. Or she's just prioritizing the wrong thing. I don't know. These are our clean rooms, clean medical rooms. They should be fine. I know we need vents, but right now, just don't have the time. Over here is our storage area for both cooked and preserved food and the like, and then a bunch of just stones and stuff. Over here, gestation area. We still need to move this around, but, you know, it is what it is for right now. This is our dining recreation area. Then we got all of our beds. We have a clean room to do all of our cooking. We have a raw food storage. And then Cypher is just finishing up Bethany's room. Now, as for our schedule, they're weird. But here's what we got. So, everyone is pretty much normal. Wrath needs to sleep for half as long. So, Wrath has half as much scheduled sleep. Master Melee does not need to sleep at all, so we don't need to worry about that. And Bethany is a night owl, which means she is more productive during the night, but unhappy during the day, which is why she's sleeping through the middle of the day. Most of it, at least. And, yeah, that's a TLDR. We also have a growing zone over on the right side. We have a body pit on the right side. We're not able to butcher anything because we don't have any wood, because no trees are growing at all. Overall, though, I'd say we're doing okay. We just desperately need to worry about food. Because we, like I said, are going to starve, and it's gonna be very, very soon. We just need some more. As soon as our stuff is ready to go, we can start cooking some actual food. I also think I need to set it to where people don't eat raw rice and stuff, because I think that has not been helping, because people are just going into the fridge, picking up raw rice, and then that's hurting our supplies so that we can't get any more rice to be able to cook. However, this is growing extremely fast. Let me see.
Currently, they're not growing, but when they are growing, it's almost at 300% speed, which is absolutely amazing. And with Agribel getting all of the potatoes ready to go, assuming that it actually grows and works, that's also going to be a really, really good source of food. So, all things considered, I think that we have caught up to where we need and want to be. Oh, wait, no, this is our cotton. Okay, well, Agribel was working on cotton because she's planning ahead. See, she knows that at some point, we're going to need cloth. Very smart. You know what? Good thinking, Agribel. If I could give you a little adorable green gold star, you would get it. By the way, I think bum rushing the mechanoids is the only reason we've even gotten this far, because they don't really care about the cold. We do. Something I'm thinking of doing... Normally, I wouldn't do this, but this actually seems like the time to. I'm debating making a second agri drone and maybe a second construction drone. I am really, really debating it, and I think that's honestly what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and designate power. Let's do 2 of these. Then we want another agri hand. And then we want another constructor. Yeah. Like, normally I wouldn't do this, but I actually think it's going to be so extremely helpful if we have people working just around the clock. Now, that's not to say that we don't, because Master Melee and Bethany and Wrath all kind of throw our usual schedule on its head. But when it's so freezing cold like it has been, we need people who are just constantly going to be hard at work. So, that being said, I don't think that we can go wrong with the extra hands. Even if we do still have a bunch of potential viewer characters who are going to show up, I think it's still a good idea. Now, that being said, this is currently all of the viewer characters who have offered. So, now the fun part. If you would like a character of your own, or if you would like to be a mechanoid, be sure and let me know in the comments down below, and we'll see what we can do. Okay, Wrath, you need to get cooking. How are you missing raw food? Because people keep eating the raw food. They keep taking the food. Stop taking the food! I know you're all hungry, but you need to freaking wait. Okay. Yes, Wrath is finally going to cook. Yes, 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 yes. This is good news. Look at this. Look at Wrath go. Wrath, where are you going? You're picking up the rest of the food. Okay, fine. Fair enough. Yeah, look how fast this rice is growing. Oh, finally. Our food troubles are about to be gone. God dang it. They're attacking immediately. Freaking pigskins, man. Look at them. Alright. Kill squad, get ready to go. Master Melee. Not Bethany. Cypher. Crimson. You three? Let's do this. Wait, Master Melee, why do you not have a gun? Not a gun, I'm sorry. A knife. Whatever, we'll work on it later. Let's go. Okay. They are kind of splitting up, so what I'm gonna do... Cypher, take cover over here. Melee, you get ready here. Crimson, get ready over here in case he tries... Actually, I know what he's doing. Crimson, come over here to defend this. Okay, immediately got a hit. Now, Melee is a little bit weak to fire, so we do got to keep on the move. Oh my god, bare-handed! Just ripped him apart! Okay, Cypher, let's get a move on. Melee, you also get a move on. Run him down. Crimson, stop this guy from doing anything stupid. Good dodge. Okay, since we are in melee, he's not going to be able to stop us. Melee, how you doing? Actually, you know what? I really want to use acid spray. I want to see how it works. I mean, we got him. Acid burn.
So it just burns. It makes them frail, which I imagine, oh my god, it makes them take more damage. Okay. I get the feeling Master Melee is, gonna be an amazing fighter. Kill him. Kill him. Stab him. Stab his pig face. Get him. Melee, can you start running over here just in case? Just in case he tries to make a run for it. You know how it is. Get him, Crimson. Crimson, you don't have... Wait, Crimson, you don't have a melee weapon either? What? Death. Where are your guys' melee weapons? Did we put them away? Where actually are they? Okay, there's a knife. Alright, melee. You... come get this tactical knife, and the steel knife is deteriorated enough that I don't think we're gonna bother. Yeah, come get this knife. Okay, starvation is kicking in. Luckily, look at that. We have people eating. We have officially recovered. Yeah! I'm so proud of that. I'm so proud. Okay, so, like I said, we're basically right back to where we were before the reset. Albeit with a completely different layout and also different ways of generating power, but still. Is this drugs? I want that. Well, more specifically, Cypher wants that. By the way, speaking of Cypher, Cypher every day has the ability to be milked. Just don't ask where that milk is coming from. What a lovely day. Potatoes are growing, rice is growing, cotton is all growing together. Nothing could possibly ruin a day as fine as this. Except for hard snow. So it looks like we're not out of the woodworks just yet. So unfortunately, all of Agribel's troubles are about to go to waste. Because now it's snowing, which means all of our crops are going to die. Again. Well, all the more reason that we need multiple more mechanoids to do the busy work for us. Actually, it looks like it stopped snowing already. By the way, I don't know when this happened, but somebody made a snowman. Unfortunately, his head fell off, but still, adorable. Well, what are the plans now that we have completely caught up? We still have a bunch of steel, and where is it? We still have quite a few components as well. What's the plan? Well, you probably saw this coming. But I think... Wait a minute, where is it? There it is. I think that we should begin Anomaly. Ooh, wolves. How much do I need to tame them? 8. Okay. So that's not happening. Hey, Melee. Master Melee. Ready to go for a hunt? The pulse of prey thickens. Also, Cypher is consuming his own milk. We're just gonna ignore that. That is, you know, it is something. That's what it is. Okay, they're going after Crimson. That is a-okay with me. Looks like they got their eyes on Master Melee. Unfortunately for them, Master Melee has his eyes on them. Watch this, watch this. Big value, big value. Hark to it. I missed. Ow, Cypher! Friendly fire! Friendly fire, Cypher! Friendly fire! Okay, come defend here. Ooh, Cypher, we gotta work on your aim a little bit, buddy. Okay, let's back up, because they're distracted for the moment. Ooh, nice shot! Kill it.
it! Kill it! Okay. Well, thanks, you two. And we are 200% going to eat the wolves. Wolf meat.
Gross. Okay, let's go ahead and get these trees dealt with. Yep. We actually have a couple trees sprouting now, so all of the ones that are somewhat grown. I want it. I want them. I want them to be harvested. Also, Sally is preparing some new mechanoids, which is going to be very helpful. As soon as we have enough wood, we can actually start butchering more animals. If only I hadn't messed up the first time. Ugh. Because it's embarrassing. We had a butcher table. But then, you know what Silly Bird Shadow did? I went to move it, and when they picked it up, there was a trader in town. I thought that we had made 2 of them on accident. So I sold what I thought was a bonus one. Guess what it wasn't? A bonus one. So yeah, that really hurt us as well. Ooh, Psychic Soothe female. I like that. That helps out quite a bit, considering we have 2 males in the entire colony. Other than our bunny, I suppose, but I don't know where the bunny is, honestly. Oh, there he is. Yeah. Look at that, the bunny. So, how do we train you? Who is good enough at training? Bethany, can you... Hang on. I actually want to see this. Train. 2, 3... Wrath is okay at it. 0, 0, 0. Okay. Well, Wrath, it looks like you'll be training animals when you can. So... You need 7? Okay, that's never happening. Never mind. Animals are simply too hard to upkeep. Sissy! Sissy decided, raw rice. Even though, hang on a minute. I have it set to where they do not eat it. Whatever. It's fine. I'm not even bothered by it, really. It doesn't bother me at all. So yeah, here's a plan. TLDR. Ooh, Cypher, you're not doing too good. I want to expand our farm, obviously. That was always going to happen. I want to expand our little holding zone over here, because as you can see, this pillar, we have mined enough to where the pillar completely takes care of it. So, the only way to expand now is down. So we just expand down, put shelves as needed, boom, unlimited storage. At some point, I also do want to build over into this way and start putting all of our, like, other stuff. Like, for example, a gestation place inside would be really, really nice. It is going to take us a while to actually dig out all of that, but that's the plan. We also need to dig out this iron, steel. Why do I keep calling it iron? That steel at some point, because we are going to need it, despite the fact that we're kind of overflowing. This has been a really, really good world for steel, especially with all the broken down stuff. A little bit of toxic issues over there, but meh, whatever. Master Melee can deal with that when the time comes. But yeah, we're doing very good, but we could be doing better. Oh, also, one more thing. Look what we can do. We can make lavish meals with Wrath. Wait, what? Missing protein? It needs both. It needs both. Okay, never mind. We cannot do that, but we can make some fine meals. Simple meals it is. Simple meals it is. Fine. Fine. Whatever. I don't even care. Wait, what about... Wrath, I want you to humor me. No. We can make fine vegetarian meals. It's extremely expensive, though. But still, that's something that we can do. Yes. Oh, I like what I'm seeing. So, I mean, if the rice is going to be as sustainable as I'm hoping it is, especially with two agri hands, maybe we can just start mass producing fine or even the... What are they called? Hang on. The... lavish. Maybe we can even make the lavish vegetarian meals, and that means we don't have to eat as much. But it does take just as much, so there is that to worry about. By the way, as far as temperatures are doing, our greenhouses are in the green. These little airlock rooms, they're okay. And then our house is a nice toasty green, except for this one because they keep coming in and out, but whatever. And then I do want to expand this a little bit as well. So when Sissy is awake, I think we're going to start Anomaly and hope for the best. As for research, we're currently working on some Droog production. And I don't know what we want. Maybe Go Juice? Because Cypher does want the Droogs. Also, apparently you're in serious pain and in heat. Huh. You know, that reminds me. We need statues. Right. Actually, we can make a mechanoid effigy, but maybe not right now. High-tech research bench. I do want to get this built. I really want to get this built. The only issue is I don't know where we're going to build it because it's freaking huge. We could do it the long way here and just make this our little research hub. I do want to do that at some point, but we're going to have to expand this room first. So we'll put that on hold for the moment, especially because we need every bit of steel that we can get right now. Oh, there's something else. What was it? Aha! Tube television. This does not seem worth it. Oh my god. Oh yeah, right there. Look at that. Thoughts? No, you know what? If we're gonna build this, we should have a couch. And it takes 4 components. God dang. Alright, Sissy should just about be awake. So as soon as she is, we are going to begin the anomaly stuff. Also, I was warned not to, quote, upgrade anomaly stuff yet. Because if we do, apparently we won't be ready for it. I am going to save. Just in case. Alright, Sissy. Let's see what's up. It's so far out of the way, bro.
Ugh, it's pulsating. It calls to me.
The monolith's dark, metallic surface is warm to the touch. Sissy thinks she can hear a faint hum emanating from inside. The lines on its dusty surface seem to squirm in unsettling patterns. Sissy focuses on the shapes, trying to uncover their meaning. The hum strengthens. The shapes begin to flow into Sissy's vision, but the surface isn't changing. Power begins to uncoil in the empty space all around. A black shape is forming in her mind.
The anomaly is stirring.
Okay.
As the monolith twisted and changed, Sissy was overcome with a horrifying vision. In an instant, she understood. The monolith is a doorway, just barely cracked open now. Something dark beyond imagination stirs on the other side, seeping into our reality. Terrified but excited, Sissy is convinced she can learn more if given the time to study the monolith. Note, you can adjust the percentage of major threats that will be anomaly related at any time. Oh my god, it tells us now. It's like, believe it or not, you're in trouble. We can attune to it later. Interesting. Entity Codex, let's see. So the Void Monolith and a Shambler. Oh man. Entity Containment, Bioferrite Extraction, and Void Provocation. Build a psychic ritual spot and perform psychic rituals. Use the Void Provocation to discover new entities. That sounds like a bad idea. Void Sculptures, draw animals. Skip Abduction. What? Performs a psychic ritual that abducts a random hostile person from anywhere in the world. Putting the... What? Okay. Psychophagy. Boost the invoker's psychic sensitivity. They will suffer brain damage as a side effect. Worth it. Entity Containment. By the way, the music?
We do not understand what we have unleashed.
Holding platforms and inhibitors to better contain entities. Holding platform, shard inhibitor, electric inhibitor, bioferrite harvester. What the heck is bioferrite? Ceremonial hood, nerve spiker, and a ritual mask. Oh, epic. Bioferrite soul shard? Also, a blanket of gritty fog has descended on this area. The fog smells ancient somehow, and it stings the skin. The unnatural grayness of it invokes a sense of dread.
We do not understand what has just been unleashed. Everything we thought we knew is not but a blip on the larger scale of the world.
Anyway, I'm sure it's nothing to worry about. After all, it's just Cthulhu abominations behind my mortal comprehension. Cypher, what's wrong with you? Oh my god. Woo! You've got a lot of stuff going wrong. Cramped interior? You know what? You are a big boy. Fair enough. No, our hair, it has left us. Oh, I see that fog. Gray pall stench. Smell is worse outside. Harbinger tree? These gnarled trees grow flesh-like coverings and can feed on corpses and raw meat placed nearby. If well fed, the grove will continue to grow. In a tribal myth, these trees are the emissaries of a shapeless god who rules an endless black ocean. The myth ends after the shapeless god reaches up from the water and tears down the sky. Do I want to feed that? I don't think I do. Well, alright. Sissy, enough. No. Don't study that right now. Leave it alone.
Well, aren't we in trouble?
So for the moment, let me see. So if I do corpse. Okay, do your thing. For now, let's clear all this and see what happens. Perhaps we weren't as ready as I thought. We do have a ton of very, very good fighters, so I'm not too worried about our survival right now. But the game wants me to be. Very, very much so. We need to get Cypher his mechanoids that'll pace around with him and defend us when need be. But, for now, base defense.
No, base production. Sorry. Cypher is having a real hard time. Alright, Cypher, I know just what'll make you good. Come over here and take this sapphire meth. This is such a stupid idea. He now has a need for deep blue. No! What? I didn't know it was gonna make him addicted like that. We can't even make deep blue. What? I was just trying to help his needs. Deep blues. What? Also, gray pall. It feels like the world is sick and dying. Oh. Well, that sucks. Oh, man, who could have done that? Oh. Who would ever do that? Hey. Speaking of, Goju sounds nice. What the heck is this? It prevents new infections. Oh, that sounds nice. Let's do Goju's.
A terrible thing.
Ugh. Huh. Again, do we want this thing to grow? Hang on. The tree can be harvested for twisted meat and bioferrite. Interesting. So, it is actually worth our time, because this is how we get bioferrite. Interesting. Okay. Well, I guess that's good. We have production of that. But I feel like I should be a lot more worried about it than I currently am. You know what? Maybe we shouldn't have done that so early. But you know what? At the same time,
It's more interesting this way, wouldn't you agree?
Sight Stealer revealed. A twisted creature has appeared out of thin air. And it's right next to the worst possible target for it. Well, would you imagine that?
Do me a favor, Master Melee. Be rid of this fool.
Thank you. Dude. Melee is so freaking ridiculous. New research. Proximity detector. Your discovery of the Sight Stealers yielded new insights. Huh. It can detect invisible creatures. Oh boy. Is that something we need to worry about now? Oh, good. By the way, dry thunderstorm. Just what we always wanted. Could be problematic. Could be indeed. Well, we're just gonna have to deal with it for the moment. By the way, our little rice field over here is going well. And we're currently moving all of the bodies. Really? Well, we can't even reach that, so... Sucks to be us, I guess. Oh, I guess we can. So is there anything that we can actually do against this, or is it literally just like fire protection and that's pretty much it? Also, I guess the gray pall is now gone. That's nice. Ah, Bethany departure. What? Why? Ugh. Okay. Well, when we get another recruit, we'll just morph them into Bethany again. Because I guess it's because of the whole lore thing, because it's like a character that... Wait a minute, that's really interesting. I'm gonna finish my thought, and then I'm gonna comment on this. When we get another person, we'll turn them into Bethany. I would imagine it's because of the whole lore thing, where they're shrouded in mystery, and that's why, but... Still annoying. Also, every time there's a flash, there's so much quote-quote sunlight that it immediately overcharges the solar generators. That is really interesting. Huh. Where is there a fire now? Oh, bro, it is hitting the worst spots on purpose. Well. There go a lot of those corpses. Not ideal. By the way, 23% and 23%. They're both growing at a good rate, if nothing else. Huh. By the way, this music is new. I don't think that I've ever heard of it. Rice plant has died from rotting. Rotting? Is it too hot? Oh, it's because they've been on the ground for so long, I suppose. Huh. How long was it on the ground? Guys, we have plenty of storage. Hi. Whatever, it's fine. I know we have a lot to do. Debatably, we should have had another lifter at this point, but I think 2 constructees are going to be helpful at the end of the day. Another lifter would be nice. Ideally, we have 2 of every drone, but, you know, make do with what we got. Whatever. Bethany will be back at some point. By the way, as for drones, we have Agribel and Barry. Get it? Like Barry? Hilarious, I know. Well, once we get all of this smoothed out, I do want to expand our crop farm. Because, like I was just about to mention, I do want to start growing some droogs. So, we need to work on that. Also, blowback operation. Why not? Let's make some guns. So what we're going to do, expand this way, make another room with a battery, and then make this one big old drug room. Yeah, sounds good to me. We gonna make ourselves some go-go juice. Melee, stop putting on clothes. How many times do I have to teach you this lesson? Stop putting on clothes. You're a lot happier without them. You're a nudist. Act like it. Actually, is there any way... Can I force you not to wear stuff? I guess not. See, look at that. Happily nude. Plus 20 mood. Goodness. Oh, well. Okay, so the anomaly stuff. We do kind of have to be on guard of that now. But we have so much to do around the base. And with some actual food production, it should be okay. But yeah, like I mentioned earlier, if you do want a character, be sure and let me know. And when we get someone who isn't going to depart a little later, I will be sure you're added. We do also need a smeltery because I want to smelt down all of these goodies. The steel slag. Again, we have plenty of steel at the moment. But it could be better, don't you agree? It could be so much better. Where's light? I forget which one light's under. It's under furniture. Okay, so let's get some light right here. There we go. That'll light up most of the room. Then I'm gonna have it set to mine 2 more. We simply must expand our reach over this land. It'll be worth it in the end. We also have a bunch of cotton going, so I do want to put in some rugs, because you can't really go wrong with more rugs. It's just very helpful.
We do also have an anima tree over here, although it's not happy, so, you know. Wait, Wrath got food poisoning. Wait, what? Hang on, wait. Hang on a minute. I know this is technically cheating, but... Yeah. Don't you have... Where is it in this absolute slew of stuff? I thought you had the ability to eat stuff. I guess not. Huh. Oh, that's good to know. I could have sworn that you had the ability to eat raw stuff. I guess not. Alright, well. Good to know. We'll keep a lookout. But as far as temperature goes all over the place, that's pretty good. That's pretty toasty. As for right here, how cold is this? It doesn't tell me, but it is still a bit cold in here. So we do need to figure that out. Also, I see that we are putting a bunch of stuff that does not belong here. Meals only, please, and thank you. Either way, good progress all around. And on the world map, I still want to go explore this. I don't think it's going anywhere, so here's how we're going to end the episode. Let's go ahead and get ourselves a bunch of food and stuff. We're going to send Cypher, Melee, and Crimson will stick around to defend the colony. Sounds good to me. After all, Cypher is the one who wants some waifu bots going around and helping. Cache of valuables. Mind Numb Serum. Okay, where is it? Not far from New Hope. That's not far? That's easily a few days away. Yeah, not far. Alright, let's go ahead and at the electric stove. By the way, I'm making some large meals. I don't know if that's worth it or not. I imagine it is, but let's start focusing on some simple meals. That way we can more mass produce. Let's make some packaged survival meals. Let's make 4, 8, 12... 16 should do, right? Yeah, let's make 16. After we've made the regular simple meals. I want to go see what that Mechanator base is all about, and no one will stop me. It appears we've arrived. The Mechanator Complex. How very interesting. Also, I brought a little bit of supplies, one might say. Cypher, why'd you take so many meals? So, yeah, I brought a bunch of toxic waste packs because I figured, hey, we don't need them. May as well get rid of them. Good lord, what is with all the muffalos? So what are we looking for here? Other than just a bunch of stuff. Steel tables, limestone slates, war spider remains, ancient engine block, steel sarcophagus. Interesting. And there's something in here that we can't see, so... Let's see. So you're eating right now. I'm gonna let you finish eating, and then I say we break into this place. So both of you, draft up. Okay, you know what? Let's do some of this. Okay. Melee? Nothing. Okay, well, good to know. At least we checked. Is it basically just like a loot haven? Is that... Oh, wait. Oh, wow. How did I not see this colossal building? Wait a minute. Alright, let's wade through the water a little bit. Up. Okay. Head inside.
Okay, some light bulbs. Cypher, let's get you over here. Let's also get ready to go into more rooms. Okay, let's see what's in here. Whoa. Ancient standard recharger and an unstable fuel node. Interesting. Okay, next room. Oh! Ooh, probably should have seen that one coming. Alright, well, get away from it. How big of an explosion do we think that's gonna be? Big enough, that's how big. Okay, both of you over here. Just try and avoid that fire. I'm sure it'll be fine. Okay, inside. Oh. More rechargers. Okay. Ambush. Your colonists have been ambushed. By what? It was pointing over here, but it... Oh. Ah. By drones that are just gonna drop on our head. Epic. I see. This just got a lot more interesting. Shame we don't have Sissy here, otherwise we'd just be able to blow her up. Okay, this one, I guess, isn't going to explode. Toxifier generator. Oh. Mechanator casket found. Well, don't threaten me with a good time. Melee, block the door. Cypher, get ready to loot. Okay, here comes that Mechanator. Let's open her up. Okay, get ready. Get ready. Attack! Cypher, don't worry about it right now. Let's, open this.
Poor thing. If only we didn't have to kill you.
Ah, Mechlink. Well, well, well.
Hand it over. That thing. Your Mechlink.
Now, shove it in your brain. Now, pick up this militaire. She is coming with us. Okay, let's keep exploring. Cypher, for the moment, I still want you drafted. Wait, is she just in your inventory? What did you do? Yes. Okay, well, that works. Okay, I still want to explore these rooms, because there could be something of note. There's a ton of just slags in here. Oh. Constructoid attached. Oh. Interesting. We just get one for free, huh? Wait, you're a different color. You're a very slightly different color. Interesting. A whole lot of nothing in here. Let's open this door up. Now, I do think we're probably going to let this Constructoid go. Well, I guess we don't have to right now, but at some point, we're probably going to. Okay. Let's keep exploring a little bit. What is this layout? 3 doors in a row. Another explosion. Add that to our growing list. Oh, boy. Oh, comms console. Whoa. Linked to a supply cabinet. Oh, well, if you're gonna offer me with a good time. There might be a little bit too much in terms of fire. This could be a slight problem. Meh, I'm sure it's fine. Hack it up, Cypher. See what's going on. Supplies will drop nearby. Excellent. Let's go outside. Also, let's have your new buddy go into draft. And also, get the heck out of this building. We need to evacuate, like, pronto. No, the pods! What are these? Slice caps? I don't care about that! Alright, time to go. Seems as though we've seen most of what there is to see. Let's get out of here and return home, shall we? Summer has begun, and we've arrived at home. Nicely done, everyone. Now, let's resurrect a light mechanoid, shall we? Oh, okay. Alright, Cypher, let's have you come right on over here. And as soon as you get here, we're gonna revive that Militar. Okay, now let's go ahead and drop her. Okay, now you can be undrafted. Okay, and missing a corpse. What do you mean? We have a Militar right here. Can we only resurrect ones that we've actually made? Is that what's going on here? I'm confused. Does this not count? Is it because she's missing most of her body parts? Oh yeah, I guess so. Oh man, that sucks. Alright, well. I guess we're just gonna have to do this the hard way. Make 2 more subcores, and then we are going to make 2 Militars, and they're gonna go to Cypher. After all, he knows what's good for him, even if they don't. And we got rid of a lot of our toxic stuff, so that's nice. Don't have to worry about that anymore. But with that, I believe that's gonna do it for this episode of
RimWorld.
So, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Not only do we have a new save where we now have viewer characters and an ideology that seems to be doing as well so far, but we have activated Anomaly and we are gearing up as we speak. I wish that the cotton would grow a little bit quicker, but I kind of have a future plan for that. So we'll work on it. Not to mention that cotton field should be enough for us to fill all of our rooms with carpet, which should help with our happiness issue. Once we finally get enough wood, I'm going to start making some statues and stuff. And that should also help out with our happiness as well. And overall, I'd say we're doing pretty dang good. Now, as far as research, I am working on security doors because if we're going to go down Anomaly, I imagine we're going to have to eventually capture something. So I'd like to be able to do that. We do also have microelectronics. I want to do that. I want to get gun turrets going. There's a lot I want to do. Shields sounds very interesting. Sounds very, very interesting. But I would also like to do these 2 more mech techs. Mainly just because it sounds good. All the extra goodies so that our mechanators are just better overall sounds nice. We do need to pick up all this rice, so I'm just going to haul urgency. Look at that, over 200 rice! Oh, we are swimming in food! I'm so glad that no one is a carnivore and can only eat meat, because holy, that would suck right now. But, either way, I'm pretty happy with the amount of progress that we've made, so in the next one, we're gonna make even more. So I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna queue up a bunch of stuff, maybe let the game play for a little bit, and in the next one, we're gonna get all the essentials ready to go. I do want to create our own little medicine thing, but there's also one thing that happened that I totally forgot. We have another Grandulan tree.
preparing to be grown. And I think we're just going to have our dryad trees right over here, so they're nice and out of the way. That way, no matter what we build, they're not going to be upset, which means that we can get as much as we need. I think that we're going to have 2 druid trees. Druid trees that give wood, because holy, wood has just been non-existent this whole save. It's actually crazy just how much we've been struggling on wood. Like, we had all the wood from when we first dropped, and that is pretty much it. So, needless to say, that needs to be changed right away. But, you know, it'll come. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.